If you feel like your art is missing something, then you might be the missing link. In this video, I will show you how self-discovery is the first step in developing an art style. Plus, I have a free workbook with creative prompts to help you reflect on your story, your edge, and what truly moves you. There's all kinds of ways to know ourselves. We can know ourselves psychologically, emotionally, spiritually. We all have memories and experiences. We all have a childhood. We all have various experiences that we have gone through and that we've lived through. Some are good, some are bad. And this all shapes who we are, how we see the world, and what it is we have to say. We have emotional patterns. We have psychological patterns, the way that we think about things, how we see things. And each one of us is unique in that way because we have a story. We all have a different experience and therefore a different story. That's why your artwork, my artwork, is unique. It's unique to us because our story is unique. We all have ethnicity to us. We have culture that we grew up in. That can be sort of a microculture, whether you grew up in a small town or you grew up by the ocean or you grew up in the mountains. That is going to influence your art. That's going to influence what you have to say and why you're saying it. I'm an American, but I grew up with a Greek father. And so I'm very attuned to Greek culture and Greek sort of psychology and emotional patterns because I grew up in that culture. But I didn't grow up in Greece with two Greek parents, so it's a little different than when I go visit Greece and I see Greek people that grew up like that. It's a little bit different. That is what is unique to my experience. And you have an ethnicity and a culture as well. We all have pain. We all have had opportunities to overcome our pain. We either chose to do that or maybe we weren't ready at the time. That is a big part of our voice, our story, and our themes that we're going to paint in. We all have families, relationships, maybe siblings, lovers, partners. We have these types of relationships and families that also influence what we have to say and why we're saying it. We have core beliefs, things that we feel really strongly about that are important to us, and a cause, if you will, that we align with. And that all will influence also what you have to say and why you're saying it. We all have an edge. You have an edge. There is something very unique about you, and you have some kind of unfair advantage. Everybody has one. And it's up to you to go through a process of self-discovery where you can understand what your unfair advantage is, finding your edge. A great way to think about that are these prompts. Think about what makes you different than others. I just talked about, I grew up with a Greek dad and an American mom in the United States here, but that's really different than how other kids grew up that had two American parents. And it's really different than how most Greeks grew up with two Greek parents. There's something a little bit different about me, and I've always felt like being Greek, having visited Greece, and having exposure to that culture and traveling and seeing that part of the world and having a unique point of view has given me an edge. What makes you different than other people? There's something different about you. Where have you always stood out? I have always stood out in the fact that I tell very long stories, like so long. Like my stories just go on and on and on. Somebody were to talk about you, what are the first things they're going to say that differentiates you from everybody else? What were you known for in school? What are some standout things about you? How are you unusual? Maybe there's something about the way that you look that is unusual. What are your unfair advantages? Maybe you traveled a lot as a child. Think about, even make a list of all the ways that you are different. What is distinct about you? And that is a way to find your edge. It's going to be the culmination or the combination of all those things. My Greek culture, the fact that I really get into my stories, the fact that I'm very passionate about storytelling, that I've traveled a bunch, that is, I think, a part of my unique edge. Because in that storytelling, I have developed a way to inspire other people. That, I think, is my unique edge. You have one too, everybody has one. Finding your style begins with self-discovery and finding your edge. Leave a comment and tell me what you think your edge is as an artist. And if you found this video inspiring, be sure to like and subscribe to this channel.